Hello and welcome to today's podcast, Blogging for Profits. My name is Angela Brooks and I will be your host. Today I want to talk about blogging is not for the weak. Oh my goodness. I have been in several groups on Facebook that are for bloggers, and people are asking questions like how to get more eyeballs on their content. And they've been blogging for less than a year. Even a good blogger knows that it takes more than a handful of blog posts to get eyes on your stuff and readers who are sharing and commenting if, nobody is liking your stuff. And if you're sharing it, you have to be the author, the writer, and the publisher and the promoter. You are the one and all in the beginning of your blogging episode or series, however you want to look at it. So let's just be really honest. If nobody is liking and commenting on your stuff, your content may not be as awesome as you think it is. People love to read good posts. They like to be entertained, and they like to read posts that aren't BS. I mean, who wants to read the same garbage that the news is posting out there? They like original stuff. So one lady in one of the Facebook groups made a comment that if she didn't start getting engagement soon, she was just going to quit. And I laughed because I thought, wonder who she thinks she's punishing by quitting. If nobody knows that she's blogging and she's the only person reading her stuff and she's not sharing it out on the social media platforms, she's quitting on herself, not on her blog. And she's the only person that should be offended is she's just not putting in the work that it takes. A blogger actually has to be pretty tough. Blogs, even good blogs, don't always get comments and shares. There's a lot of readers. There's a lot of hits to the website. There's a lot of readers that actually read but just don't share it out because people are busy. They just glance and read and move on. So a true blogger writes and gives value even before people know that they are out there on the wild, wild webs. So if you're blogging, make sure that you enjoy it. Be tough enough to stay for the long haul, because a whiny person who complains that they're not rich in 30 days is not a true blogger. Let's just be realistic. And you need to develop some kind of strategy in your madness, because when I started blogging, my blog was a hot mess. It was ugly. It was hot pink. And my message was all over the place. It was confusing with no real purpose behind it. I didn't know who I was writing to. I didn't know what message that I was writing about. So none of it really flowed well. So I wasn't shocked when I was getting zero attention. I didn't deserve attention at that point. So when I started about how I was building my business and using the simple tips, I started getting attention because I was speaking to people who were following me and wanted to know my secrets. And I was putting them all on my blog. I didn't sugarcoat anything. My goal for my blog is to talk to people who were like me, who were working a full-time job, who only had a few hours a day to work a business, to work themselves out of a job. I wanted to work myself unemployable. And thank you goodness, I have done that. But it took a while. It was not overnight. And I blogged for a long time where I just had a few, 100 to 150 faithful readers. And if you are blogging less than once a week and you're uninspired to write, don't get upset. It just simply means you've got to learn the skill of where to find content. And in my course, The Freedom Foundation, I walk you through how to blog, where to find content, why you need a list that you can share your blog with. There is so much behind. If you really want to use this as a business engagement, then you've got to put some things in place. If you're blogging just once a week, then you've got to really promote that one blog post. You've got to share it out on social media. You've got to send it to your email list. And if you don't have an email list yet, it's almost blogging without purpose, because when somebody signs up for your email list, they can depend on you sending them your newest, latest, and greatest to their email box, where they have a link that they can click on that goes right to the new blog post. They'll read it, skim it. They may comment, they may not, but they know, just like a magazine that comes out every month. Back when I was addicted to Oprah's magazine, when it first started coming out, full of great articles, lots of great pictures, and I had a subscription for years. And so I knew that around the first of the month, I was going to get Oprah's magazine in that nice plastic wrap in my mailbox every month, regardless. And I read it for the next week, front cover to back cover. And had they not been on a schedule to get their publications out, and maybe this month I would get one and next month I wouldn't have stayed a faithful subscriber for as many years as I did. Same thing with your blog. People need to know that on Mondays or Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day that you choose, that you're going to have a blog post that comes up. They're going to get it in their email, and they know that you are as consistent as the day is a 24-hour day. So blog about what you know. And if you're trying to blow smoke up somebody's hind end about how awesome you are and how you've created content or results from working on your blog, but you're not teaching them how you did it, you can kind of stop writing, because people want to know your tips. They want to know the inside secrets. Blog about real stuff. Blog about content. Teach them something, things you know for sure because you've used them. If it's on my blog, I have used it, done it, seen it, read it, or participated in it. I don't do anything else on my blog that's BS. If I didn't use it, it will not be on there. So write about a book you've read. Write about an event you've been to. Then tie it all back to your business or your products and how that all goes together, why you read the book, why you went to the event. You know, I've blogged since 2010. And like I said, my blog was a hot mess. The message was a hot mess. And it proved that because I didn't have the readers that were coming back until I got focused on who I was talking to. And in the beginning, I was talking to nurses because I was still working full time. And I knew what they talked about in the nurses station. I knew the frustrations. I knew that they didn't want to work more overtime, but they needed the money. They didn't want to work an extra shift, but they had to work an extra shift. So I don't believe in that faking it till you make it stuff. I think that's complete bullshit, and that you need to share your journey with people on your blog so they get to know you, get to know your personality, and they will come back and read your blog because they know you're going to be honest with them. You know, and I used to worry about offending somebody with my writing, and I don't anymore. They can read another blog if they don't like mine. That's just totally fine. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, nor do I want to be. Once you learn where and how to find your topics and who you're speaking to, you're going to have endless content, and I do mean endless topics. And when you start speaking to that topic, the people that are interested in that are going to find you. And until you learn that one tip, you're going to struggle just a little bit. Blogging is a learning curve that takes time for you to find your own purpose in blogging. In one of the Facebook groups, a few people spoke about how offended they were when somebody used links, affiliate links, or talked about a product they have for sale. Well, most people, the purpose of a blog, especially if you're in business, is to generate leads. Why do you want to generate leads? It's to make a sale, to build a business, to find a community that you can work with. That's the purpose of a blog. And if you don't have a business, then you're just using it as a journal. That's totally fine. But if you have a business and you are blogging for purpose, you are doing it to generate leads. So as you go along, just tell your story. Your story is one that nobody else can tell, and it's not how pretty the blog is itself. It's the content that brings people back over and over. And you've got to understand there's millions of blogs out in the world. And to stand out and create a community is one of the hardest things you could do. So just know that it takes time, content, and commitment. Make a list of some things that you would like to write about. In your blog post, use, they're called H3 sub headlines, because people like to skim and read. They're not going to sit down and just read everything word for word. Add images that kind of tell the story along with your post, and focus on a single topic. Your blog post doesn't have to be long, but the topic has to be the same. Find your own voice. Use your own words, but don't use too many cliches, because somebody reading it who's not from your area, your culture, won't understand. So try to keep the verbiage simple, paragraphs short, and bring your character to your writing. Let people get to know you, not a robotic style writing like you wrote in English class that was super boring. Nobody wants to read that. Use less words. Break up your sentences so that they're not paragraph, but they're like 2 sentences, space, 2 sentences. It has to be easy reading, because most people are reading on a mobile device. They're reading in their car. They're reading in the school line. They're reading on their lunch breaks. So they're scrolling and reading. So make it simple to read. If you would like to have the definition guide to set up your blog and set it up for success, I do have a download on my blog, which is AngelaBrooke.com. Blogging is not for the weak. That is the blog post you're going to find the download for. And, there's 3 mistakes during the blogging process that almost everybody makes when they get started. This is a download little ebook. It is 10,000 words. So let me tell you, it covers a ton of stuff, super good information. And because we have it's a 32-page PDF version, but it gives you literally step by step what you need in a blog. It's got why you highlight certain things, how to link to affiliate marketing. I don't know about you, but as many paychecks as I can get coming in, the better. So if you have a blog and you don't have anything on it for sale, you can do affiliate links, which ties you to another paycheck, another a basket of income coming to your bank account. And most people won't complain about that. But if you would like to know how to do affiliate marketing, you can go to angelabrooke.com/basics. And that's going to show you how to use affiliate marketing on your blog to make an extra income and to have those backlinks that people think are so important. Backlinks are important, but so is your content. So I want to thank you for listening to me on this podcast. Make sure you leave a comment, share it, and leave me a comment. Let me know that you've been here. I always like to know who my readers are and where they came in from. So until next time, this is Angela Brooks from angelabrooke.com, and I will see you on the next podcast.